right into the Camp FEMA trailer. Infowars.com, exclusive right now. Here it is. Coming to the Infowars, September 18, 2009.
The elites have said that they want to have a final revolution, that they know the public's going to revolt against them, so that's why they've scientifically set up the surveillance grid, the cashless society. This whole continuity of government system is designed to suppress and control the people of America.
My name is Sam Ozaki. I'm a native-born American citizen, Los Angeles, California. When Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066, we were all rounded up like cattle and placed into America's concentration camps.
In May 2007, President Bush signed the National Security Presidential Directive 51.
Most Americans would agree that it would be prudent to have a plan to provide for the continuity of government. They have such a plan. They introduced a little sketchy public version that's clearly inadequate, but they said, don't worry, there's a detailed classified version.
Army Regulation 210-35. Now, this was set up in 1986 secretly, and for 10 plus years it was secret. And in 1997, Bill Clinton declassified this, and we were the first major radio show to cover it. Since then, it's been expanded. This lists 12 camps to hold American citizens that have been built by the United States Army.
Beginning in October, the Army plans to station an active unit inside the United States.
Under Northcom and under the new Homeland Brigade, it was first going to be 3,000, and then 20,000, and then 40,000.
The 3rd Infantry Division's 1st Brigade Combat Team has spent 35 of the last 60 months in Iraq.
Combat-hardened troops who've been running camps and centers in Iraq are now coming back to the United States to, quote, carry out law enforcement actions.
The Army unit may be called upon to help with civil unrest and crowd control.
The primary purpose of this force is to provide help to people in need in the aftermath of a WMD-like event in the homeland.
Why is the media on one hand saying there are no FEMA camps, but on the other hand, legislation has been introduced to build them? Here's H.R. 645 legalizing what has already been developed, what's already been paid for by FEMA.
The government doesn't build things that are not needed or that there aren't contingency plans that say there's a reason for them. These are the kinds of camps that could be used for political dissidents, just like occurred in Nazi Germany. I think the government's anticipating that there's going to be a increased reaction against the economic downturn.
All of our rights are predicated on a free America. And if we don't have a free America, all of the other questions become moot.
Don't these companies have a responsibility morally if they're in there building camps and building shackles and building barbed wire facing in to speak out?
I talked to the Department of Homeland Security spokespeople, and they affirmed the contract with this KBR, the former Halliburton company, was in place. The Department of Homeland Security was ready to build these contingency as-needed detention centers anywhere in the country in the event of any kind of a national emergency, including natural disasters or, again, riots or protests.
The real terrorists are the people that have hijacked our nation that would dare say the First Amendment is terrorism.
September 18th, ladies and gentlemen, a little more than 2 weeks from now, this will ship out. In fact, I've been given authorization a couple days before September 18th to start shipping these out so people start getting it in or around September 18th. Get your order in today at Infowars.com or Camp FEMA and the new film, New World Order. Stay with us.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Be sure to visit GCNlive.com today.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones, and I want each of you to ask yourself this question. Do you really know what's in your tap water? In a recent study conducted by a major environmental auditor, they found that over 260 chemicals and pollutants are present in municipal drinking water. Many of these chemicals are directly linked to cancer, reproductive, immune, and developmental system diseases. Now, what are you going to do about it? The Ecola Blue atmospheric water generator is a low-cost way to take back control of you and your family's drinking water. The Ecola Blue 28 produces up to 7 gallons of water from the humidity in the atmosphere and uses state-of-the-art carbon filtration, reverse osmosis, and ultraviolet light sterilization techniques. That's right, clean water right from the air you breathe. Order today by calling 1-800-691-6043. That's 1-800-691-6043. Or visit Ecola Blue on the web at www.ecoloblu.com today. That's ecolablue.com.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
We've got William Lewis, the filmmaker of Camp FEMA, did a great job. We have the film here. I'm going to ask him what a few clips are he thinks we should play. Audio for the radio, video for the video listeners, kind of a first sneak peek as well, not just the trailer you just saw. Coming up, last hour, William Lewis will continue to be with us with Gary Franchi, the producer of Camp FEMA. We'll tell you all about the film, and they're really experts on FEMA camps, so am I. So we'll take your questions on FEMA camps, on the police state, on the cashless society control grid, tie it into the no-buy list for gun owners, tie it into the no-fly list, the shutting down of garage sales, the feds going after eBay, this total control of the economy. That's all coming up. Right now, let's go to Gene, Anti-Federalist, Andrew, Pat, Wayne, and others. Gene, you're on the air. Thanks for holding.
Okay, what I want to mention is on September 25th and 26th, there's a meeting of the G20 in Pittsburgh.
And they're saying no semi-automatic rifles allowed in the city at that time. In fact, that's in my stack, but print assault weapons banned for G20. I want to cover that. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, on truthdig.org, there's a big story about it. But the other thing I want to mention, her name is Naomi Wolf, has done a very good, it was earlier than your material, but she details the 10 steps which a government will use to go from democracy to a fascist state.
Yeah, we've had her on, and she's been critical of Obama now. She's a Rhodes Scholar, and she goes over the 10 steps. Yes, and it's all exactly what's happening.
Yeah, and I think that this G20 meeting on the 25th and 26th of September in Pittsburgh may be the event that they're all getting geared up for.
Well, we're going to get guests on about the G20 assault weapons ban, which is all semi-automatic handguns and rifles. And what they do is that, see, for special events, they say you don't have your rights. Then they expand it out to everything. Anything else, Gene?
No, I'm thinking of going there, but I'm looking at this picture of the paramilitary being there, and I'm wondering if I'm going to get, Yeah, well, that's part of the intimidation.
That's why they hire provocateurs to attack the police so they can rubber bullet the whole innocent crowd to then scare everybody into not going to political events. This is all, they've been caught in Denver last year. It's in the Obama Deception Extras. Admitted the police attacked their own cops. They were caught in Canada a year and a half ago at the North American Union Summit. Police attacking police. These are hardcore criminals, and they never get in trouble for it. Ma'am, I appreciate your call. Yeah, here it is. Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, assault weapon ban for G20 summit. Gun debate springs from city proposal to control protesters. Now, of course, concealed carry people are everywhere with guns, which is even more dangerous, but they don't care. They don't want to see people with guns out in the open because that breaks the spell that guns are illegal. See, they run these ads and billboards saying report illegal guns, and all the shows are based in New York or Chicago, the dramas where a cop finds a gun in somebody's house and takes them to jail for it. Weak-minded people see that and think guns are illegal in Arizona and Texas. when they're only illegal in D.C. and New York and Chicago. Pittsburgh's short-lived ban on assault weapons, quashed by Attorney General. The General Assembly in 94 is still on the city's books, and it may get new life under legislation driven by the next month's G20 summit. A little notice clause in the proposed ordinance, written by Mayor Luke Ravenstall's administration to keep protesters from thwarting police crowd control efforts, invokes the default assault weapons ban. The clause says no person shall possess an array of items including 37 contraband weapons listed on the ban. So see, this has been thrown out before, but they're criminals. They don't care. For the purpose of defeating lawful removal by police. Its effect is a matter of debate. So, again, under national or local emergencies, they say you don't have a right to your guns because they're tyrant scum working for offshore banks, raping us out of existence.